Hey guys, it's Jeff from Pressure Luck. Now, how many of you have gone to the mall food court, like maybe even back in the 90s, or maybe that was the last time you were at a mall food court, and you passed, one of the little places, and like every single place is giving out a sample of Bourbon Chicken. I mean, you have like the Manchu Wok giving out Bourbon Chicken, the Sarku giving out Bourbon Chicken, like the Taco Bell sometimes I feel like would be giving out Bourbon Chicken, and it would be amazing. It's like going to a free smorgasbord. You go and you grab a sample here, you go and grab a sample there, sometimes you wear a disguise, like the fake glasses and the big nose and the mustache, just to get another sample at the same place. You know what I mean? This stuff is just awesome. I feel like everyone loves it, and I'm gonna make my own version of it in the Instant Pot. It is so easy to make. It's super, super delicious with a wonderful sweet and savory sauce, and you're gonna see it's gonna be done in no time at all. So let's not have any fear or shame about wanting second or third samples, because we're gonna go right to the Instant Pot and make it right now. Alright, let's start with between 2 to 3 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Now, if you don't want to use thigh meat, you can use breast meat, but just know whenever you get a sample of this bourbon chicken or a whole bowl of the bourbon chicken at the mall, you're having thighs for the most part. So boneless, skinless is preferred for the thighs. If they have the bone in them, you can just cut around them and then slice them up into like bite-sized pieces, just like that. And then let's take some seasoned salt, and I always use Lawry's, by the way, guys. This is the stuff I like to use. It's also a great price. You get a ton of it, and I'm just gonna sprinkle some on there, not a ton, just like about that much. And then just mix it up throughout so it's kind of, lightly coating all the chicken. Obviously, use clean hands. And then once we've coated and mixed all the chicken up with some of the seasoned salt, wash them because, you don't really want to touch things after you touch raw chicken. So now let's go to the Instant Pot and add in 1 tablespoon of salted butter, a tablespoon of vegetable oil, and a tablespoon of sesame oil. Alright, let's come down to our control panel and hit the saute function and make sure we're on the more or the high setting. And now that our butter is melted and our oil is sizzling, it is time to add in our chicken. And we're going to stir this around in the pot for about 2 minutes until it becomes about a pinkish white color. We don't want our chicken cooked all the way through just yet. We just want to mix it up with our oil and butter and just let it get slightly seared on the edges. The chicken will fully cook when we pressure cook it. And then as we're cooking our chicken, let's constantly make sure we're like scraping the bottom of it with a plastic or wooden spoon. Don't use metal, it'll scratch your pot up a bit. And just make sure we get any remnants up because we want the bottom to be nice and smooth. And then after about 2 minutes of sauteing in the pot, you'll see the chicken becomes this lovely pinkish white color, not fully cooked, just how we like it. This is perfect. Now let's add in 1/4 cup of bourbon because it wouldn't be bourbon chicken without some bourbon. If you don't want to use bourbon at all, you can just use some apple juice, that's okay. But again, it wouldn't be bourbon chicken without it. So I'm going to add it, as well as a tablespoon of crushed garlic, and a teaspoon of a crushed or squeezed ginger. You can get this stuff at Costco. It's so convenient and so much easier than cutting up ginger. 1 teaspoon of it. It looks like applesauce. And then stir that all up together in the pot and let it cook for about another minute and simmer in the bourbon. And again, give a little bit of a scrape or deglaze on the bottom of the pot to make sure no chicken is being stuck to it. And it smells wonderful once you add that bourbon to the pot. It smells really, really good. Okay, and after a moment of our chicken simmering in the bourbon, we're now going to add in some broth. 1/3 cup of chicken broth. 2 tablespoons of an apple cider vinegar or a rice vinegar. 1/4 cup of a low sodium soy sauce. And 1/4 cup of a light brown sugar or a dark brown sugar. Give it all a nice good stir until all of the sugar is dissolved in all of the liquid. And now let's secure our lid. Make sure we're in sealing position. And we'll come back to our control panel and hit the cancel or the keep warm cancel button. And then hit the pressure cook or manual button. And we want to go on this, guys, for 3 minutes at high pressure. That's it, 3 minutes high pressure. And while our chicken's cooking, let's create our cornstarch slurry. This is going to be used as an amazing thickener for our sauce, and it's really great for any dish that you use in the Instant Pot that it requires a sauce and you want it to be a little bit thicker, like a little bit of a gravy almost. I'm going to add in equal parts cornstarch and water, 2 tablespoons of each. And then mix it around until it becomes nice and smooth in terms of consistency. Very nice. Set that aside for now. Now that we're done cooking, let's do a quick release. The pin just dropped, so let's take the lid off. And there is our chicken. Okay, now it's time to add in a few finishing touches, like 1/4 cup of ketchup, 2 tablespoons of hoisin sauce. And hoisin sauce is like an incredible plum sauce. It's so fabulous. You can find it in most supermarkets, like in the international or Asian aisle. And if you can't, I'll link where you can get it online. And 2 tablespoons of honey. And since it's so annoying to measure out tablespoons of honey because it sticks, I'm just gonna eyeball it. And let's mix all of that together. And we're looking good. And then I'll come back down to my control panel and hit the saute button again and adjust so I'm on the more or high setting, and I want to bring everything to a little bit of a bubble. And once our sauce is bubbling, let's take our cornstarch slurry and add it in and immediately stir as we add it to our sauce. It's going to thicken it up a bit, like a nice little bit of a gravy almost. And then after about a minute of bubbling in the pot, let's turn the heat off. And then I'll kill the heat so the bubbles die down. And as the bubbles are dying down, one final touch I like to add to this is about a teaspoon of Gravy Master or Kitchen Bouquet. It's going to give it a wonderful color and add even more fabulous flavor. Just a teaspoon. And then mix that in with our sauce. And there is our delightful bourbon chicken. Look at this fantastic sauce. Not too thick, not too thin. It covers and coats the chicken perfectly. And we are ready to stick some toothpicks in these and give them out as free samples. Alright, but we can be a little classier and we can put some in a bowl. There we go. Okay. I mean, it looks gorgeous, doesn't it? I mean, this looks like something I'd certainly disguise myself to sneak 18 samples of. Looking perfect, guys. Just perfect. Alright, let's get a toothpick and start serving this up, huh? Bourbon chicken, anyone? Bourbon chicken. Free samples today. Alright. Real good. That is delicious. You know what? Samples, bourbon chicken sample. Sir, come here. Would you like a sample of bourbon chicken?
Do you know where the IKEA is?
That's in the other mall. Try that bourbon chicken out. What do you think? Yeah?
That's very good.
Yeah? What does it taste like? What does the flavor taste like? It's only one sample per person, sir.
No.
And the same toothpick yet. They're gonna shut us down. Thanks. What do you think?
I think it's really good. It's like a sweet. It's not like overly bourbon-y. It's got a bourbon hint, but it's not like, it certainly doesn't taste like booze.
Alright, good. So you're gonna buy a whole thing at my store now, or are you gonna eat my entire bowl?
I'm gonna eat your bowl.
Oh, okay, that's nice. Well, just get out of here then, skedaddle. Guys, as you see, it doesn't lie here. My customer over here enjoyed it. It is delicious. It's a wonderful, like I said, sweet and savory bourbon flavor chicken. A lot of the alcohol burns off, so I really wouldn't worry about it getting into the little ones, but if you are worried about it, let it burn off more when you're sauteing in the pot, or, of course, you can always substitute apple juice. Guys, thank you so much for watching. This is a delicious, simple, easy recipe, and if you want more like that, go to pressurelowcooking.com, where each and every recipe has a video to accompany it, just like this one. Go to facebook.com/pressurelowcooking and like that page for any updates on when new recipes come out, tips, sales on items, things you don't want to miss. Trust me, definitely like that page, and at Pressure Luck to subscribe to me on YouTube, where all my videos are easily cataloged, easy to find, and of course Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest as well. How about a sample, huh? Thank you so much again, guys.
Can I hear you're giving some bourbon chicken samples away?
Sure. You want a sample?
Yeah, I'll just take this.
Wait a minute. It's Richard, guys. Nice try, Richard. It's that good. It really is. Enjoy.